Each year, nearly 5 million people visit the American Museum of Natural History. Most pass by a controversial statue memorializing former governor of New York and U.S. President Theodore Roosevelt.
It's hard to get perspective on the statue. You really have to be standing in the park across the street to actually get much perspective. And when you do, you see this kind of heroic figure on top of the horse, Teddy Roosevelt, as we've come to know him and love him, with a bandana and his Rough Rider kind of gear. And then there's the two figures, which I think many people miss, in this Indian figure on one side, an African figure on the other. There's something that's itchy about this statue that rubs us the wrong way, that's just not quite right.
When I started to look at the statue, I was just paying attention to the horse. I was just like, oh, a horse. But then I started paying attention to the people, and I was like, oh, like there's one person at the top and then the other two are at the bottom.
It's a beautifully rendered equestrian statue, but the symbolism of the statue is always problematic.
First impressions of the statue are that it's a magnificent piece of work and that it's massive.
It's a reminder of this country's history and what we don't want to talk about.
It solidified what happened to some of my own ancestors.
It could be seen as a friendship, I don't know.
It looks good right in front of the museum also. So I'm not, it's a nice, like you can take nice selfies.
The fact that the African is naked or practically naked, we're calling them a primitive society.
I know it hurts a lot of my people in particular. It hurts a lot of minorities in general.
People have protested the statue for decades, and today, these voices are intensifying.
We're here to show our dislike for that statue and say our demands that we wish for it to come down.
When I look at the statue, I do see a commentary about white supremacy. It has acquired that reputation as being a monument to racial supremacy.
It represents a racial hierarchy, and it pains me that that might be part of the experience entering the museum.
The fact that monuments and memorials in New York are controversial isn't new. They often become, because it's public space, sites of protest, places to rally, places to celebrate. That is the role of public space. It's a space of contestation.
Statues are powerful things, and we're taking a hard look at our history and how do we deal with that.
All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. Double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David that's pushing this word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers. All right, so I'm back at you with another quick lesson through the Holy Spirit. And I'm going to jump straight into this article here. This is from the SmithsonianMag.com. The title, it reads, "The racist statue of Theodore Roosevelt will no longer loom over the American Museum of Natural History." All right. Now, what I want to get to in this lesson, all right, is that the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, the truth in general, all right, and the evidence of it is too overwhelming. All right. See, nobody wants to deal with the spirit of prophecy. All right. Nobody wants to deal with that elephant in the room, as they say, man. Okay, because what this monument or this statue represents is exactly who's in power. All right. The scriptures tell you that Job 9:24, that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. Okay. The so-called white men, Esau, Edom, all right, dealing with the top of the top, the so-called Ish people, all right, Amalek, they know exactly who you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics are, all right? They know that you are the true biblical Israelites, man, okay? There's no getting around that, all right? And this statue, which is called the Equestrian statue of Theodore Roosevelt, all right? So they always have known, okay? And this is what, the mainstream media doesn't want to deal with, okay? Right now, the distraction and the talk is, dealing with the so-called Ish people, dealing with anti-Sem, okay? But nobody wants to talk about who fits the prophecies. Okay, because this is why, Theodore Roosevelt said this in this quote. He said, a thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education, all right? So why would a man in this position of power say what he say? Okay, because they know, and they always have known, man. Okay, which is the point of this lesson, all right? Because I just wanted to make a couple of points. I'll kind of be all over the place, man, but you brothers out there, you get the point, all right? Let me get this scripture here. All right, this is Nahum 3:1, and it reads, "Woe to the bloody city," all right? And that bloody city represents America, okay? The genocide, the enslavement, okay, of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics, the Israelites. Nahum 3:1, "Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not." And you Israelites, okay, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Hispanics, okay, you represent the prey, all right? These devils have you in captivity to this very day, man. You see? Let's get this. All right, because prophecy said that this would happen. All right, Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 33, and it reads, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together," all right? And the children of Israel, all right, which represents the northern kingdom, all right, the so-called Latinos, Hispanics, all right, Native American Indians, okay, you represent Israel, all right? And then it said the kingdom of Judah, all right, which represents you so-called Negroes, okay, West Indians, Jamaicans, Haitians, man, okay? Jumping back, Jeremiah 50 and 33, "Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together," all right? You see that. Jumping back, all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go, all right? So like I said, you Jakes are still in captivity to this very day, and this is what this statue represents, man. Okay? It represents Edomite supremacy, all right? Which they tried to dance around in the video, all right? Let's get this. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 16, and it reads, it says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered." Okay, because Esau's being exposed. All right, he's being made totally naked. All right. It says, "The cup of the Lord Yahweh Shemel right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." And that's what's happening. Okay. Everything, all the skeletons is coming out of this devil's closet, man. Everything about this devil's history, all right, and the truth behind it is being exposed. Okay, and this is why, the truth in general is under attack. All right, because somebody left a comment on Elder Malcolm's channel when he did the response video dealing with the anti-SIM legislation. But he said that truth never needs to hide behind legislation. You see that? And that also tells you who's in power on the people that you can't talk about. Okay, because right now, speaking this truth is revolutionary, man. All right, truth is being labeled as hate speech. Okay, because that's what's condemning in society, man. Okay, let me get this real quick because I wanted to make address a point on this too. All right, dealing with the Deshaun Jackson situation. Okay, where he had to apologize, for what he posted on the Instagram, man. But what nobody's talking about, okay, what was said in the meme. Like I said, that the focus has been on anti-SIM and dealing with the so-called ish people. But what about what it said in the meme as far as what? Reading here, it says, "Because the white Jews know that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America secret, the Jews would blackmail America. They would distort America. Their plan for world domination won't work if Negroes know who they were." You see that? So nobody's talking about that. You see, everybody wants to dance around it. They want to dance around these prophecies. They don't want to talk about who fits these scriptures, man. Okay? Let's get this. All right. This is the book of Baruch in the Apocrypha, chapter 4. All right, getting straight to the point. All right. Baruch 4:25, and it reads, My children, suffer patiently the wrath that is come upon you from the Most High. For thy enemy hath persecuted thee, but shortly thou shalt see his destruction and shall tread upon his neck. All right. And right now, all right, we're seeing the destruction of our enemies, man. We're seeing this kingdom being taken down by the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay. The destruction of Esau has come upon him. All right. Verse 26. My delicate ones have gone rough ways and were taken away as a flock caught of the enemies. All right. And this, going back to this statue. Okay. That's what that represents, man. All right. We were taken into captivity. We were conquered by our enemies, man. All right. Dealing with our number one enemy, Esau, Edom. You see? Verse 27. Be of good comfort, my children, and cry unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai, for ye shall be remembered of him that brought these things upon you. And Yahweh Shem Yahushai is remembering his people. Okay. The Lord said that he would never forget Israel, man. Okay. Verse 28, it says, For as it was in your mind to go astray from the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so being returned, seek him 10 times more. All right. Like it tells you in the book of Baruch chapter 2, that in the land of our captivities, we should remember ourselves, man. Okay. So, I remember, he was saying in his apology video that he was trying to enlighten his people. But this is the, like I said, this is the elephant in the room that nobody wants to speak on. All right. Dealing with the prophecies. Who are the true children of Israel? Okay. The so-called Ish people, they don't fit these prophecies, man. And that's what nobody's talking about. You see? But jumping back. All right. Just rolling. Baruch 4:29. For he that brought these plagues upon you shall bring you everlasting joy with your salvation. Verse 30. Take a good heart, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. And that's going into Esau in these nations, man. Going back to what Lamentations 2 and matter of fact, I'll get it. Lamentations 2 and was it 15? Yep, Lamentations 2 and 15, and it reads, All that passed by clapped their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, Is this the city that men call perfection and beauty, the joy of the whole earth? All right. So these nations, they scoff at us. All right. These are the Israelites. These are God's chosen people. It says, all thy enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day that we have looked for. We have found, we have seen it. Going back to the symbolism behind this statue. All right. These devils, they rejoice and they boast in your captivity and your downfall. All right. They know that they have enslaved you. You see, and that's the prophecy. Okay. But jumping back, Baruch 4:31, miserable are they that afflicted thee and rejoice at thy fall. You see that? Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons, and that she represents America. Okay? It says, miserable is she that received thy sons, because you were brought over here as slaves. Verse 33, for as she rejoiced at thy ruin and was glad at thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation, because the Lord is going to revenge his temple. All right? And the icing on the cake is going to be those ICBM nuclear missiles. Total destruction of this place. All right? Verse 34. For I will take away the rejoicing of her great multitude, and her pride shall be turned into mourning. And look what's happening to America, man. Okay? All the pride, all the folly. Yahweh Shem Yahushai is causing the city of confusion to be broken down. You see that? Verse 35, it says, For fire shall come upon her from the everlasting, long to endure, and she shall be inhabited of devils for a great time, going back to Isaiah the 13th chapter. All right, where desert-like creatures are going to occupy this land once Yahweh Hashem Yahushai removes it off the map, via nuclear destruction. Verse 36, O Jerusalem, look about toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, and that's how Jake was brought over here, from the east to the west, to the Western world, and now in the land of our captivities, we're remembering ourselves, man. Okay, we're coming back to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We're coming back to our nationality and heritage, man. You see? Let me get this. Just rolling. Okay, this is Daniel 9:11, and it reads, it says, Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us. All right, and you can read that in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right, it gets into the curses and the blessings. All right, but since we broke the law, statutes, and commandments, the Lord put those curses upon us. All right, it says, therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of Yahweh, because we have sinned against him. Verse 12, and he hath confirmed by his words, which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven have not been done as had been done upon Jerusalem. All right, and Jerusalem is a people before a place, and this is exactly what happened to us, man. Getting into those curses, man. We went into captivity. We went into slavery, man. Okay, we lost our identity. We had our heritage stripped from us. All right, all dealing with the curses, man. All right, you were forced to you had plantation Christianity forced upon you. All right, you Northern Kingdom tribes, you had Catholicism forced upon you, man. All right, these are the prophecies. You see? Daniel 9:13, the point. As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us. Yet made we not our prayer before the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai our power, that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth. And that's the time we're living in right now. You got the elect of Israel turning from their iniquities and understanding the truth. Okay, and that's why Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, just referencing it again, is putting that spirit on certain Israelite celebrities, the ones that's in the limelight, to profess this truth. That's why there's so much controversy going on right now. So many different distractions and confusion. Okay, because this truth, like I said before, Esau, he can't stop this fire from spreading, man. It is what it is. All right. Ezekiel 37, verse 5, and it reads, Thus saith the Lord power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. All right. And that breath representing what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai giving us our nationality and our heritage back, man. Giving us the truth. Verse 6. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, all right? And that noise represents the awakening of Israel, okay? This is why you have these different Israelite camps all over the world, speaking the truth, all right? Speaking the name of the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, It says, and there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. All right. So that's the prophecy, man. You see? Let's get this. Isaiah 44:1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen. All right, and that word Jeshurun goes back to the elect, elected or upright. All right. Verse 3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. That water representing what? The wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The rivers of water of life, man. These scriptures. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, and floods upon the dry ground. Okay, because remember, we were in that dry bone state. For I will pour my spirit upon thy seed and my blessing upon thy offspring. And this is dealing with the offspring of the elect, all right, which have the truth today, okay, that are spreading this word to the four corners of the earth. And they shall spring up among the grass and as willows by the watercourses. And this is what's happening with these camps, all right? Brothers are popping up everywhere, man, all over the globe. Verse 5, one shall say, I am the Lord's, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, and shall name himself by the name of Israel. All right. So this is dealing with the awakening of Israel. Okay. It says, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, the King of Israel, his Redeemer, the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts. I am the first, I am the last, and beside me there is no power, man. All right. And this is all through the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai that this great awakening is taking place, you know. And that's why, you know, there's been so much controversy dealing in the media on what Deshaun Jackson said, man, which they won't talk about. You know, everybody's beating behind the bush and nobody wants to talk about these prophecies, man. All right. Who these scriptures fit, man, you know. But like I said, man, you know, the evidence is abundant. It's all clear. You know, the elect have the truth. All right. And we ain't apologizing for it, man. All right. These Edomites, the so-called white man, is the devil, man. And he's going down, period. You know. But Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. You know, I was all over the place, man. But, you know, I just want to make a couple of points. I'm going to close it out by saying, call halayim la Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this truth. And double salutation to all you Akim out there laboring. Shalom.